The 80s gave us a lot of incredible movies. The Black Cauldron, however, was not one of them. In an attempt to keep up with the popular trends of franchises like Lord of the Rings, The Dark Crystal, and Dungeons and Dragons, Disney attempted to offer up their version of a dark fantasy by buying the rights to Lloyd Alexander's Chronicles of Prydain. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it was a hot mess because Disney chose to translate a fairly complex set of novels into 80 short minutes. A for effort and all, but the film just doesn't make any sense because the original story was way too advanced for a Disney cartoon. Then, after a decade of working on the film and test audiences finding it too horrifying, we eventually got this jumbled up mess of a film that released 5 years after its first intended release date. 5 additional years in animation is a ton of time and money, and the movie did not make it back. Now, this is one of those rare occasions where I actually have read the books and the Chronicles of Prydain, but because the movie takes so many liberties, even completely changing the antagonist, I have to firmly state that the film and books do not exist in the same universe. That tends to be my normal stance, but you know, people get mad when I reference the books and people get mad when I don't. There's just no winning on YouTube. Anyways, the point I want to cover today is the idea that the Disney version of Eilonwy is not a princess. Now, spoiler alert, the books say that she absolutely is a princess and even ends up becoming a queen when all is said and done. But, much like the Jungle Book, Disney seemed to read the character synopsis, then go about doing whatever they wanted. Case in point, Eilonwy is the one controlling her magical bauble in the book because she has magical training. Yet, in the film, the bauble has a will and personality of its own, even to the point of Eilonwy saying that she doesn't know why it likes to chase rats. So the book and film definitely don't follow each other. Now, there is a scene where the extremely powerful Horned King starts proving that he can see through his prisoners by mockingly telling them who they really are. He says,
"My, such a brave and handsome group. A pig boy, a scullery maid, and a broken down minstrel."
Keep in mind, the Horned King was collecting any mystical items he could that might reveal the location of the Black Cauldron. And he's a flippin' reanimated corpse who probably dethroned the previous king. So there's no way that the Horned King doesn't know who Eilonwy is. Calling her a scullery maid doesn't make any sense, even as an insult. Taran is a pig keeper who wants to be a hero. Fluter is a broken down minstrel who wishes he was a great musician. But Eilonwy is a princess, so shouldn't her insult involve the truth of her reality? Like calling her orphan or dethroned or something like that. I believe the truth of this matter is that Eilonwy is actually a kitchen wench in this film, explaining her more plain attire, and she pretends to be a princess to make her gray life of slavery a little more fantastic and fun. Okay, so that one line by itself might not be enough to convince you, but also consider that after the Horned King is defeated, Eilonwy doesn't mention any home or family to return to. Maybe her parents were executed, but her castle, her title, her people would all still exist. Certainly someone is looking for her, right? And shouldn't she have a kingdom to start ruling now that the evil overlord is no longer a threat? Why is this girl wandering around with no sense of purpose? This is how you get re-kidnapped. But maybe the most convincing piece of evidence for this theory comes from Disney themselves. I have always been upset with the Disney princess franchise for accepting non-princesses like Mulan and debatably Pocahontas while completely ignoring Eilonwy, a character who is an actual princess from a Disney animated film. True, her movie became a mess and it was a box office flop, but she is a pretty girl. She would make a pretty doll. I think girls would play with her as readily as they would with Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty. And excuse me, Disney, but how has Hin Wen not made it into any of your stuffed animal lines? I know kids who love pigs, my own daughter included, and they would totally love to hug on a plush version of this cutie. So the lack of Hin Wen is extra cruel and it offends her delicate sensibilities. Disney, you listen up. Stop discriminating and give the Black Cauldron a place with today's Disney fans. Anyways, with Disney aggressively leaving Eilonwy out of the princess franchise, figures and their collector doll series. Seriously, guys, they gave Elena of Avalor a 17-inch limited edition collector doll, and she's a Disney Junior character that most adult collectors will never care about. Little kids aren't buying $130 dolls to play with, okay? These are for adult collectors! But Eilonwy's exclusion by Disney tells me that she is not actually a princess. The fighting creatives at Disney hacked and slashed at the script and character development until Princess Eilonwy became the secret life of Eilonwy the Nobody. As sad as that reality might be, I am still furious that I can't go into the Disney store and buy a Hinwin or cat plushie. Come on, Disney, you market this merchandise to little girls of today and you might finally make your money back from your $44 million investment in this film. I can't be the only one who would buy a Hinwin plushie, right? We need a petition! Yeah, I might be overthinking it, but that's literally my job. Well, that's all I have for now, but this video's not quite over yet. I get a lot of comments that say, do a theory on this topic, but I've already done those theories. So please consider going to my main channel page and clicking on the video tab so that way you can see everything I've done. You will probably find a lot of things you like that you never even knew that I posted. I want to let you know that I also have two other channels, Say Halo Goodbye Gaming and the Fanily Family Vlogs. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed enough to hit subscribe and share. I can use all the help I can get to let other people know that this channel exists. And if you made it this far, leave me a comment that says something like, hey, I made it to the end. And then let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. I can't make any promises, but the more people that request something, the more I can look into it. Okay, well, I love you. I'll see you in the next video.